Hello everybody, welcome back to G Views. I'm a 21-year-old cisgendered white girl who loves talking about movies and TV. As you can see, I'm back in my own turf. I removed my clock, but it's still there. And I kind of wanted to do a mini G Views, tongue twister, of all the different films I've been watching on Netflix recently. I've watched quite a lot. I'm on my Easter break. I've been writing my dissertation, which is going alright. So I wanted to get my quick opinions about some of these films, and also another film which I will be looking at the end, which isn't Netflix, but it is very exciting. So if you want to see my opinions about some Netflix films, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first Netflix film I watched was a film called Run. It's directed by Anisha Ganti and stars Sarah Paulson and, let me look at the other girl, Kira Allen, and it's like mother-daughter, and then some stuff's going on because the daughter's got a lot of ailments, and it's kind of a very, like, if you ever watched the series The Act, it's very that, like, is the daughter really sick, is she not, you know, and it was actually really good. It was a thriller, it had horror elements. I really appreciated the horror elements, like it would cut to a scene of the daughter doing something, and then the camera slowly pans across, and the mother's just in the dark, sat in a chair, like that. That is scary stuff. Oh, it's now starting to play the bloody film. The performances were amazing. Sarah Paulson, who I love, I'm a massive Sarah Paulson fan, and Sarah Paulson's wig was doing something. And the girl, Kira Allen, she was really, really good. She was, you could just feel the pain, the physical pain, the anguish, and the complexities of her character were really, really good. I will say it was quite predictable at times. It had different things where I was like, oh, that's obviously gonna happen. I was like, no, but it generally had great thriller and great suspense. I wish I had a tiny bit more horror, but you know, I'm just a huge horror fan. But yeah, it was actually really, really good. I recommend this thriller, and I definitely give it I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. Like, I would rewatch. And the direction was really good as well. So the next film I watched was a film called Thunder Force. It's directed by Ben Falcone and stars Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer as these two women with superpowers in order to fight crime. Like, the people who got superpowers are like sociopaths, and then they have to then defeat them because of Octavia's parents. Yeah, this movie, you got bloody Jason Bateman, Michael Bluth looking like a crab, and it was like the most bizarre thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life. Ben Falcone, who happens to be Melissa McCarthy's husband, is just a bad director. Every film he has done and put Melissa McCarthy in, she has just been really annoying, not funny, very irritable, and that was the same in this film. Just really irritating, unfunny things. Octavia Spencer's character was just really boring, who didn't like being called a nerd and had to prove herself. She was basically the Bruce Wayne of this movie. So I'd probably give Thunder Force 3 out of 10. Definitely don't recommend. It's absolutely shite. So the next film I watched was a film called Hillbilly Elegy. Yeah. It's directed by Ron Howard and stars Glenn Close, Amy Adams, and stars Gabriel Bazzo. And it's based on a book which is based on a real story about this guy who was born in a really, really poor town in like Ohio. He's then in Yale, and it kind of goes through different times of his life when he was a child and the struggles he went through with his mum, who is a drug addict, and his grandma, who has problems with her daughter and things like that. And this movie was good. It had good performances in. Actually, I wouldn't even say it was good. I feel like it was average. I feel like it could have had way more potential in delivering the emotional punches of what it was trying to do. I didn't really feel anything at the end. I felt like I was going to forget this movie, which obviously is not very good. Performances were great. Glenn Close, as always, was amazing. The makeup, like, she really looked like the real life grandma, mama, granny. Amy Adams was also excellent. They really made her look horrible, and you know, Amy Adams is a goddess. And I also would like to say that Amy Adams can't rock dungarees because dungarees are unrockable. But I just wasn't that interested or invested. I didn't really like many of the characters, which I guess I wasn't supposed to, but yeah, it wasn't my favourite. But I guess I would recommend just to see the performances, but the direction was nothing special. But I would also say that the score was really good. So I'd probably give this movie a 6 out of 10, just because it was a film I'm not going to watch again and was quite forgettable. So the next film I watched was called Love and Monsters, and that has just recently been put on Netflix, and it's directed by Michael Matthews and stars Dylan O'Brien as a guy called Joe, who, after the planet is basically ended because of them blowing up an asteroid and then that radiation coming down and making the insects really, really big and dangerous and basically causing 95% of the planet to be wiped out. Joe, who is still hooked up on his girl from like 7 years ago, Amy, and he's been communicating her from the different bunkers, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go see her. So he walks 7 days to see her, and along the way he obviously has to fight monsters, which has a chronic fear of. He's like sweating, can't move, like in fight or flight he's freeze. It's kind of a journey of him discovering his own power and his own strength, and seeing the dynamics. He has a really cute dog as well, and he meets some really great people along the way, and I love this movie. Honestly, this movie was just a lovely fresh breath of air in my Netflix catalogue. I love monster movies. More on that coming up later. Dylan O'Brien, he's 29 years old. He's playing someone from 16 to like 23, 24, and he is ageless. I loved him in Teen Wolf. I love him in this. He is a very beautiful human being inside and out, and he is like Tom Holland. He just has the charisma, the uniqueness, nerve and talent. I love him. I love his performance. He's a great actor. I want him to get more roles. And his relationship with his dog Boy was just amazing. That dog is so cute. And then there's this really cute robot as well. The monsters themselves look really cool. They did a lot of practical effects. Obviously they did CGI, but the practical effects, like the crab at the end, looks so real, and I'm sure they did have real bits, but overall CG, but just looked amazing. And I love the characters. I got emotional at times over CGI things, and I was just like, what's going on? Really recommend this movie. Just such a fun time watching, and you get really heartfelt moments and really good character arcs. So I'd probably give Love and Monsters a 9 out of 10 because I'd definitely rewatch this. Okay, so the last film I'm going to review isn't on Netflix, but I really just want to talk about it really quickly. I didn't want to do a full video on it. And it's Godzilla vs. Kong, which is directed by Adam Wingard and stars like Millie Bobby Brown and Alexander Skarsgård. I mean, we don't care about the human characters. I love monster movies. I also love King Kong. Just gotta root for King Kong. So going into this movie, I was really, really excited. I just want to see really fun action between Godzilla and Kong. Like, the trailers look really fun, look really ridiculous and stupid, and I was all here for it. And the bits with Godzilla fighting King Kong were amazing. It was just everything I ever wanted. The city of Hong Kong completely wrecked. I mean, no one survived that. I would be legit, the population is 0. It was just amazing seeing them fight each other with Kong's like axe thing, which then Godzilla, I love the noise when Godzilla's like like Kong does like the Rey Skywalker thing with the against Palpatine with the saber, but he's doing that with his axe. And then big mecha Godzilla comes out, and then Kong, after getting, he definitely got his ass beat by Godzilla, and starts wrecking this thing and destroying it. And I was like, this is what I came here for. The human plots are really boring. This weird conspiracy guy, I just don't care. I needed less humans, more fighting. But like the actual CGI looked really cool. Godzilla laughing about fighting King Kong, he was like smiling. I was like, what's going on? But really fun, a good score. The fighting was just so sick. I didn't care about the human characters. I wanted less of the human characters, more of Kong and Godzilla. Love them. I want more. I love these monster movies. They're so stupid, but so much fun. I definitely recommend Godzilla versus Kong, but like, don't pay that £16. Like, I didn't. I definitely recommend. I would give it an 8 out of 10 because it was that much fun. Obviously, the acting is terrible, but the action was spectacular. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed these quick little G-views of some Netflix films and Godzilla vs Kong. I quite like doing these because it just gets my opinions out the way. I don't have to do like a full-length video, but obviously I do full-length videos on films I really want to talk in depth about. But let me know if you have any other films or TV shows you want me to G-view. I will have a look at them. I'm more inclined towards films just because TV shows, especially if they have many series, it's kind of like also I will have my other videos in the description box below alongside my Twitter and my Instagram. They're great places, so check them out. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe as well. What am I doing? Like and subscribe. And yeah, I hope you guys are staying COVID negative and getting outside, getting in that sunshine and going to the pub, because I will. And yeah, so hopefully I will see you soon.